Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Hey, cats. It's Kristen, and I'm here with Lisa Koroma. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so happy that you're here with your ears on. This is the spirit. This is awesome. So let's just jump in. I mean, I love the business that you have supporting moms. I mean, we all need that. I have 4 of my own kids. They're all grown up, but boy, I remember when I was in the trenches. What
Mhm.
inspired you to start this business?
Yes, just that. My own personal journey, like you said, being in the trenches, just working full time, having a dream, wanting to start something of my own where I can have control and flexibility over my life, and also as a creative outlet. And then finding a way to make money from my creative outlets and just the struggle of it, the struggle of it all, trying to do it all. And along the way, I developed systems and processes that I found really helped. And from there, I put it into a program and I was able to offer that and help other moms who were in similar situations, working full time, raising kids, had a dream you want to start, but not sure which steps to take. Well, I had all that documented and ready. I also witnessed during the pandemic, a lot of businesses launched. A lot of moms started businesses. I believe Shopify quoted 1 out of 3 businesses were started by women during the pandemic. And women all over the world saw just what I saw in entrepreneurship, which was freeing up your schedules and making the time to launch a business, but also recognizing you get that control, flexibility,
Right.
but it was overwhelming. And you'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
in the first year, a lot of businesses fail and 50% don't survive past 5 years. So I wanted to be the one to help, moms get over that
Right.
hump. Yeah.
It's so funny because you said a lot of things. We'll unpack some of that. I remember, I used to work full time. I worked in TV news, so I was a reporter. And so I always had to work like on the holidays, everybody's home and it's Christmas or Thanksgiving and I'm working and I'm like standing out in some parking lot in the dark doing a live shot. And I'm like, why am I here? Right. Or it's summertime and I'm doing a news broadcast and everybody else is at the pool. Like I'm standing at the pool, but I'm not in my bathing suit. I'm in this, outfit like to be on TV. And I was like, this is just, I don't want to do this. Like my kids were sitting at home and, that was when I was like, I have to be an entrepreneur because I just hated being on other people's schedules. And, I've been doing this now for a long time. And I love what you said about systems, right? If you don't know the systems, if you don't have a process, if you don't have that infrastructure in place, you're not going to be successful.
Absolutely. And it just makes it 10 times harder. Even if you
Oh,
do
yeah.
make it, the struggle, the overwhelm, it's almost not worth it.
Yeah, there is a lot of that too.
Yeah.
So let's just take a deep dive into you. What's a challenge you had in your own business recently and how did you solve it?
Oh, wow.
Which one,
So
right?
I know. My biggest challenge is that I'm a doer and a helper. And so I always have to sit on my hands because my hand goes right up. If someone needs something, I like to volunteer. I like to do all these things. And so my challenge still is avoiding overwhelm and burnout and really protecting myself. And what I have to do to transcend that is to remember to say no to things. And it seems so simple, but it's one of the hardest things to say, especially when you're a doer and you want to help everyone. And that's a constant struggle for me.
We all have to find that no.
Yeah.
I think that's just a thing we want to help, we want to do, but yeah, absolutely.
You are listening to the Big Meow podcast, empowering women entrepreneurs to share their voices, make an impact, and transform the world in a positive way. Sponsored by Orange Cat Content Marketing Agency.
Do you have some kind of system for yourself that you follow, whether it's in self-care or with your business? Is there something that just always kind of carries you forward?
Yes, absolutely. So for me, I have to meditate and do yoga. If I don't do that, I can definitely see the change in my mood. I'm more tired. I can't get as many things done, and that affects me. Also drinking water. So those are things that I have to keep in place. And I also, there's so many things, but I also have to protect my time around my business, like the boundaries around my business and the things that I like to do. And if I don't, I see myself mom raging sometimes.
Oh my God. We never do that, right? Or partner raging.
Right, raging just in general.
So
So
funny.
those things I have to protect. Yeah.
So what's something that you think that moms who want to start their own business and become entrepreneurs, what do they need to understand first?
Mm. It's sort of the philosophy that I like to bring around mom power moves, which is just taking imperfect action. So a lot of times
Okay, you got to repeat that.
I know, taking imperfect action. And a lot of times we want everything to be so perfect before we start, or we want to have, everything in place. And pretty soon you look up and years have gone by before you even launch your business.
I remember that, like, or you launch it and you're just like, and you launch it in a vacuum. So you never put it out there. I'll never forget, like in 2012, 'cause I've been doing this a really long time. I launched this business, but I never talked to anybody about it. Right. And I went back and I like looked at my branding. My branding was something like Instant Celebrity Academy, something crazy like that. But my brand colors were the same colors as like the macaroni and cheese box.
Oh, crap.
And I was like, wait, why did I pick those colors? Why did I allow those colors? And I had spent a lot of money on this business. And I remember going back and then I started talking to clients and they wanted to work with me, but they're like, but can you just not use that celebrity word? I'm not trying to be a celebrity. I just want to get my voice out there, my message. And I was like, boy, I really kind of missed the target on that, just in the colors, in the language. And I think sometimes, if we put our heads down and keep working and working and working, but we don't actually consult with anybody or have a couple clients or put it out there, then we can kind of miss the mark.
Absolutely. So you said something just that's so important. I want to highlight it. Talking to people about your business,
Right.
Making sure that you're doing your market research, interviewing potential customers and getting their feedback, and then using what they say as part of your marketing language. It sounds so simple, but a lot of people don't do it. And that's a part of taking the action. So you don't want to launch a business without having talked to anyone about it. Whether it's all together or not, you need to get out there and take that first step, And it's
no,
so helpful.
it's so amazing. Like I always tell people I'm working with because I run an agency, and a marketing agency. And I'm like, it really boils down to 4 key things. Visibility. What are you going to do so people know about you, that they can find you and know that you're out there? What can you automate? Because you can't reply to every email yourself. You have to have automations. If you can't figure out automations and build your list, you're never going to have any business. You have to have offers. And it's amazing how many people just don't have offers. Like, they're like, I got a website. I'm like, well, that's not your offer, right? And then the last one is client experience. It's like, you got to go back to the people you work with and say, how'd it go? What do you want next? How can I fix it? How can I change it? Like, what else can I offer you? And I really boiled it down to those 4 things. And I think that's been helpful for people because it does feel like this big overwhelm. And then if you leave out one step, it's like, you're wondering, why is my business not working? But it's not working because you don't have all the 4 quadrants
Yes.
firmly established.
Absolutely. And those are the systems that you need in place in order for your business to run
Oh my
successfully.
God. Absolutely. So what's your vision? What's next for you?
Just scaling up. So I'm at that point where I can add more team members to do the things that I don't particularly want to do. Yeah.
You love that.
Yes. And just scaling up. And my vision is to have a whole ecosystem of mompreneurs that support each other and build together and hold each other accountable, and also impact the community through like philanthropy and community service. So I have a big vision for Mom Power Moves, and I'm taking it, try not to overwhelm myself, taking it, steps at a time in phases.
I
But
love it.
yes, big dreams.
So how old are your kids now?
So 13 and 9, but they're winter babies, so they're getting ready to be 14 and 10. My
Aw.
13-year-old is a girl, and my 10-year-old, soon to be 10-year-old, is a boy.
Oh, what a fun age. Well, I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Where can we find you?
Yes, so Mom Power Moves, and that's my domain name. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook.
I love it. Well, thanks for being on the Big Meow and bringing your ears. And I'm just so excited about what you're doing and the work you're putting out in the world.
Same. Thanks so much for having me. This is great.
Are you looking for authentic connections, business mentorship, and a supportive community? Join C.A.T.S Network. Thank you for listening to the Big Meow podcast. Please subscribe, give us a 5-star review, and share this episode with your community.